Virtual Learning Network presents. Email Etiquette session is brought to you by Virtual Learning Network, a part of PCTI Group. Business Email Etiquette Basics. When it comes to your business email communication, you need to make an impression that you are a credible professional enterprise and someone who will be easy to do business with. You only have one chance to make that first impression, which will be invaluable to build trust and confidence. Professional behavior on the job. Know that how you use your email address or employer's technology is a serious issue. Sending non-business related emails, jokes, or chain letters on company time friends or co-workers reflects on your lack of professionalism. Visiting websites that are not questionable or not necessary to your job responsibilities will reflect poorly on your ability to be trusted. Never assume that these activities are not being monitored. How to write a proper email. The subject field can determine even if your email will be opened. Any email should have a short subject which indicates the topic of the email. While typing, all caps or all small case lend to the impression you may be a spammer or non-educated person. For example, subject: need to take a leave because of family problems. Compare with query for a leave. Another example with a subject: out of office today. Versa: Mr. Smith and I are going for an official meeting today in downtown. So in the subject field, you don't have to go into details. Level of formality. When you email a new client, associate, or partner, if you are too informal, not addressing with respect, using proper grammar, sentence structure, spell check, etc., your query may not be taken seriously. Nor will the perception of what you will be like to work with or do business with be a positive one. Addressing. How do you address your new contacts? The standard way to open a social or business letter is with Dear, the person's name and a comma, like this: Dear Nigel or Dear Tarvi. You can address people like this either in business or personal letter. For example, letters of condolence, personal congratulations for weddings, births, promotions, and other celebrations, and thank yous. If you don't know the reader well, or if the letter of the relationship is formal, use a title and a last name. Dear Miss Brown, Dear Mr. Carroll. Otherwise, use the first name, Dear Gila. If you are writing to two people, use both names in your salutation, like this: Dear Mr. Smith and Miss Dunn, or Dear Alex and Brenda. Never spell out the titles, Mr., Miss, Mrs., and Doctor. Do spell out Professor, Dean, Sister, Rabbi, Imam, Senator, Governor, Captain, Admiral, Judge. If you don't know a person's name or gender, avoid to whom it may concern. Instead, use job title or a generic greeting: Dear Recruiter or Dear Claims Adjuster or Dear Sir or Madam. If you are writing to a company rather than any specific individual, use company name: Dear Council Training. This is considered slightly informal. Using CC, BCC, RR. Use carbon copy or CC when it is important for those who use CC. Overuse can cause your emails to be ignored. Don't use return receipt on every single mail. Doing so is viewed as annoying and can be declined by the other side anyway. Structuring an email. Clarify your thoughts and the purpose of your communication. Identify the key points, facts, themes. Decide on a logical order. Compose a strong introduction and ending. Use short paragraphs and sentences rather than long ones. Now, let's talk about style. Learn to be laconic. Are you simple and direct? A bureaucrat would write, political organization administered directly via the populace intended for the employment of the general community on behalf of each and every one of the citizens of the nation. Abraham Lincoln wrote, government of the people, by the people, for the people. Simplicity is the nicest motto. Use the active words where possible rather than the passive voice. It is recommended should be replaced by we recommend, as this is more direct. Use sensory fonts, such as this, as clearer and easier to read than serif fonts. Let us discuss content of an email. Have you carefully checked the spelling and punctuation? Have you cleared the objective? Have you developed your argument in a logical way? Have you shown an interest in readers by writing with warmth, sensitivity, and friendliness? Have you edited it through several revisions? Have you left it overnight if possible? Your mind will assimilate it better and you will come back with a fresh view. Using commas. Comma is the most common punctuation mark and the most troublesome. There are only 4 places where they are needed, aside from dates, addresses, and etc. We use commas before conjunctions joining dependent clauses, before and, but, for, nor, yet, so. Links 2 parts of a sentence. Between adjacent, important, descriptive parallel items. Around parenthetical but potentially important elements. And the last one, in sequences where you need to prevent misreading. Be careful with commas. Commas save lives. Got it? Let's try a quick quiz. Here you have to place commas in the right manner. Use simple language. Use single words rather than cliches. Frankly, I am sick and tired of corporate indifference. Either sick or tired will do. Think very hard about the use of very. What is real difference between important and very important? Within the workplace arena can easily be replaced by at work. At this point of time is now. In addition to the aforementioned, also acquainted with means told. Effective practitioner is just a teacher. Formatting. Refrain from using any formatting in your day-to-day business email communication, unless you would type something on bold crimson letters on business letterhead. With all the spam filtering going on today, the more formatting or images, the higher the chance your email could be blocked as spam. Email attachments. When sending large attachments, always zip or compress them before sending. Never send attachments without notice. Always ask what would be the best time to send them to the receiver. Never open an attachment from someone you don't know. Signature. Keep your signature files to no more than 5-6 lines to avoid being viewed as egocentric. Limit your signature to your website link, company name, and phone number. Finishing email. You can finish email by the following phrases. Yours faithfully. If you do not know the name of the person and the letter, this way. Another variant, yours sincerely. If you know the name of the person and the letter, this way. Finally, third variant is your signature. Sign your name, then print it underneath the signature. If you think the person you are writing to might not know whether you are male or female, put your title in brackets after your name. When it comes to business, professionalism and courtesy never go out of your style. Thank you.